Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Rachael Thompson-Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle Cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for November the 23rd through to November the 29th, with the overall theme being new perspectives create new realities. Let's go on and explore through the Oracle cards what messages come up in this week's energy forecast. Monday and Tuesday is the card of reflections. Wednesday through to Friday is the beautiful card of the world, and the weekend's message is playfulness. Now, we are moving towards a full moon, which will be on November the 30th, which will be next Monday. What happens, we start to feel that influence of the full moon starting to creep into our worlds. And this is apparent through the reflection card. The reflection card is about your perception within your own reality. Are you perceiving yourself from a much more harsh perspective than what you would someone else? Are your expectations so high that you're not even being able to meet them? What is your internal dialogue like? Are you sitting there quietly putting yourself down and finding every negative connotation around yourself? These are all the things that are being brought into your awareness as guidance coming through from your soul for you to be able to actually stop and obtain a completely new perspective, a new perception around yourself. It's time to, it almost feels like it's time to put a new lens on your perception filter on how you're seeing the world. And that requires for you to take a step back and not to get caught up on the thoughts that come into your awareness and your consciousness over Monday and Tuesday. Look at yourself from that perspective of how can I learn? What are the cycles? What are the patterns? What are the types of dialogue and conversations that I have with my own self that are creating my limitations at this point? So this allows you to be able to go in deep and be able to recognize something that is just holding you back, and therefore be able to start looking at what are new ways that you can create a healthier relationship with yourself. Because remember, the relationship that you have with yourself sets the tone for how anyone else communicates and connects with you. So if you're putting yourself down, you're only attracting people that are finding your faults and flaws. Yet the same analysis works that if you believe in yourself, if you recognize that you are worthy, good enough, and have the ability to manifest magic into your world, you are going to attract more people that see from that lens the beauty that exists within you. This is the time to challenge those limitations and beliefs that you hold about yourself and start reinstalling in beautiful new beliefs, starting to create new patterns and cycles. This is the moment to be able to recognize what are the certain things that I keep consistently doing. Every time something seems to not fall into my way, this is my natural pattern of the way in which I treat and communicate with my own self. So Monday and Tuesday is filled with so much incredible insight that has the potential to rapidly change your world. And you can see that come up through Wednesday through to Friday, because that's where the world is. Now, this is an incredibly auspicious card, so it has a two-part process with this week's reading. One being there'll be a new world when you start shifting into having new beliefs. When you start recognizing that you can have and do and be anything that you want, it will, you know, almost instantly change the way in which you perceive your own self and the actions, the thoughts, your emotions, and how you finish up 2020. This is also the second part is around the world. If you have not started to see the results of the success of all the hard work just yet, don't worry, it is starting to become more obvious and start showing up in your world. But what usually happens is, going back to Monday and Tuesday with the reflections, when you spend so much time tearing yourself apart, you become internalized. Everything is about you, and you not being able to see bigger through that lens, to see all the beautiful things that are starting to fall into place for you. So this is a beautiful recognition that the success is just sitting there for you, and that a plethora of abundance is your birthright, and it is coming to you. So you can embrace it or you can repel it. That choice becomes personal, because remember, as humans, we have free choice. Now, if you're watching this, I'm betting you're saying, I choose the free choice that says, I wish to attract more abundance and to live abundantly in every perspective into your life. So, as we move through to the weekend's message around playfulness, there is an element about seeing that trappedness that started at the beginning of Monday and Tuesday, and then that watching all those shackles start to fall to the ground, that we're being encouraged to have more play, have more joy, be more present, because that's what playfulness does, is it allows us to become present and to really shift into a new frequency through understanding that we're here to enjoy this journey. We're not just supposed to get through it through almost being on autopilot mode. It's about being able to enjoy the experiences that are here. So it's time to get out and go and have some fun out there and have a look at all what are the whole new adventures that await you. What is it that you want to do, and how can you enjoy it? We really are moving into the festive season now. Most people will go that it's not really that festive, but it is about being able to recognize that this year has been very, very tumultuous, and that it's now, our soul is saying it's time for us to sit back and enjoy the rest of 2020. And you get to decide that. You get to decide what joy, what happiness that you want to have in your world. Everything begins and ends with you, but your soul is saying it's really craving that burst of enjoyment and freedom for this week. So as you can see, this week really does take us on another beautiful journey beginning Monday and Tuesday, to be able to explore and be really raw and honest with yourself about where are you at as far as your internal dialogue and how you are treating yourself. And look at how you can start shifting into your more innate, natural state, which is belief, confidence. And I want to use the word sex appeal, because I've always said, like, when you see someone oozing confidence, they have this natural sex appeal about them, which is incredibly attractive. Then as you see, we move into the world where you can see that the cards are saying, when you shift into that new perspective, the world becomes your oyster. And to be able to start becoming more present in this reality and being conscious of signs that are starting to show up, saying that your dreams, goals and visions, if they have not come to fruition just yet, then success is guaranteed for you. So just keeps being into that awareness of being present, and then leading through to the weekend where it's time to have some fun. So I wish you an incredibly amazing week. Much love to you. Take care. Please feel free to share or tag someone in this video. See you guys.